Hello everyone.
Hi guys, today is construction day 50, big 50.
Yeah, construction day 50, beginning of another work week. Start off the update by talking about our live stream. I don't know if you guys caught it or not. We attempted to do a live stream on Sunday. We think it was successful. We had a good time. We went and checked the analytics, and it said that we had 111 total people join the live stream. So I thought that was a real encouraging number. And then at the peak, we had 39 people on at the same time. So a lot of questions. Wilma and I had a good time. What did you think?
Oh, it was interesting.
Yeah, it was fun. We tried to use our laptop just because we think we could see the comments easier. But what we found out is the laptop only gives SD clarity in the video stream. So when I asked how can everybody hear us and see us, everybody said good, and we're glad for that. But when we did the playback, it did look a little grainy, and not let's call it high def like this phone does. So when we try the next live stream, and we're thinking about scheduling it again for Sunday, we'll do 8 a.m. this time instead of 9 a.m. So that would be 8 p.m. Eastern time in the U.S. or 5 p.m. West Coast time in the U.S. So we're going to give that another shot, and we're going to use the cell phone because that kicks out the video in high def, and then we'll just have to figure out how to look at the comments as they come in. Maybe we could have our laptop side by side with the sound off. So we'll try it, but we want to give you the clearest picture possible. So again, I think it was pretty successful. We had a good time. We had quite a few laughs.
Yes.
And it was fun. And then what I also noticed is the background was kind of white, and our LED lights in the townhome was kind of shining on that back wall. So we have to figure that out, change the lighting a little bit, maybe put some kind of a background, a darker background. So again, the photo or the video will look better. So we're going to figure that all out. Today's Monday, so we have all the way to Sunday. We'll go ahead and schedule that probably like Wednesday, and we'll go from there. But we did enjoy it, and we thought it was fun. Got some requests to show our vehicles. So we have our scooter up here today, Yamaha Nmax. Wilma's laughing because I love my scooter. People ask, do you drive your truck more or your scooter? That's easy. I drive the scooter a lot more. It's real cheap on fuel, fun to drive. Obviously, if it rains, you get wet. Yeah, I drive the scooter everywhere. Easy to park, especially when we go to Dumaguete. We typically take the scooter. So easy to park, get around, maneuver. So I'm going to take a few minutes and show everybody our Nmax today. Then they are working on the pool, so we got a couple updates there. Working on the roof. So there's definitely things happening up at the work site. And we'll see you guys up at the work site. Okay, some of you guys asked to see our transportation we have here in the Philippines. So today I'm going to show you guys our scooter, or what the locals call motorbike. So this is a 2021 Yamaha Nmax. It's 155 cc's. It's actually fuel injected and liquid cooled. So I definitely like that. It has a digital dash on it that's all sealed, and it actually has a key fob, which surprised me. So here's the key fob, so you can hit this to to disengage the battery and have it locked. And all you have to do is have that key fob in your pocket, turn here, hit the switch, and it starts right up. So that's a nice feature. It holds quite a bit of fuel, 7.1 liters. And we use about 400 pesos. So that's what, $8 a week on gasoline. So it's real good. I think it gets 45 kilometers per liter. So real good on fuel. So we like it a lot. We drive it everywhere. We take it shopping. It's very easy to maneuver. So just to kind of go over a few things with you, I changed the oil in this at Yamaha, and they don't even charge for labor. You just buy the oil there, and there's no oil filter on this. But you just change the oil. I changed the air filter, which is right there, and then there is gear oil too, right there, that I change every time, and it's very cheap. I think to do all that, it's about $16, and we change it every 1,200 miles or 2,000 kilometers. A couple add-ons. The first thing we did was we added this top box, and it was the best add-on we did. I think we paid 2,000 pesos for this. This is a 45-liter top box, and then we had to get the bracket for it as well, so we took the stock bracket off, and I think this was 2,000 pesos. So for $80, you have yourself a little trunk, and you'd be surprised what fits in here. This is 2 full-size helmets that fit in no problem. We keep tools and sunglasses and things like that, so you can lock it up, and it's secure. And I put a towel over the license plate. But we really like this. We paid 140,000 pesos. So in today's rate at 56, I think that's about $2,500. So these things last forever. A lot of people drive them here, and they really like them, and we like it as well. I did add this gold here for our feet. What else did I do? I did the extensions on the mirrors, because with the stock mirrors, these are the stock mirrors, but when I looked in them, I could only see my shoulders going down the road. So I did an extension. I got on Shopee, so now I can see behind me. And then what else did I do to it? Under the seat, look how large that is. That's a large area. You can get a full-size helmet and a half helmet in the bottom of this. So again, another area that you could put groceries in or whatever. So I also added a battery tender. So this is hooked directly to the battery box. As a pigtail. So if I ever have to store this, I have a battery tender. You just pull it out and just plug it in instead of having to take the battery out and hook it up direct to the battery. I have a pigtail already hooked to the battery, and I just store it here. And then I can, keep the battery charged. This actually has GPS on it, which I thought was pretty amazing. So if you lose, say you lose your scooter at the mall, you don't know where you parked, you can just look at your app, and it will tell you where it is. And then if someone steals it, wherever they take it, you can see a map of where the scooter is. And I'm sure if someone steals your Nmax, they know where the GPS module is, and they just unplug it. But if they don't, the app will tell you where the scooter is. So I thought that was a pretty nice feature. So this was our first main purchase. We bought this in Leyte, and we got it right away. We needed transportation, so we were looking for different scooters. We went to Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha, and we decided on the Nmax. It's very popular here. It's 155 cc's, and my bike in the US was 1700, so it's kind of a downgrade from 1700 to 155. But actually, I'm glad I have this here, because it's so easy to maneuver, especially in Dumaguete traffic. So there you go, 2021 Yamaha Nmax 155. So the last few pool updates, I was actually inside the pool, so I figured today I'd do it from this vantage point. So that is the finished height right there, and you can see they got the 3 jets in place for going from the pool pump to these jets. Then they are working on this side today. They have the mock-up of the skimmers. Obviously that they just started that, but they still have a little ways to go on this side, and it looks like they got 2 more courses to go on the on that wall as well. but they're definitely making progress. So today they're mocking up the skimmers, working on getting the height set on this side, and then the height on that side. And then once completed, they'll come over here and work on this. So definitely making progress in the pool, and it's looking good. So before I give you the specific update on what's going on with the roof, I figured I'd just do a quick pan and then see if I could zoom in here and just show you how things are coming along. You can see they're working on the right side of the house, forming up all those beams. So this is a good look at all the steel that's in that main area. So I think I mentioned that Felix and the crew will be working on painting the purlins up there. So that's what they're working on today. You can see they got their paint cans drooped up there. So they went through this morning with scrapers and wire brush, and wire brushed and scraped all the loose material. Then they have a rust inhibitor, a rust remover. So I'm going to go ahead and show a picture of what that looks like. So they're going through today and putting on that rust remover all over those purlins that's been exposed here for the last couple weeks to the elements. And then once they get done putting that rust remover on, they're going to come back through with another coat of paint and get a good coat of paint on all these purlins going across. And they're going to do the same thing on the bedroom side, the 2 spare bedrooms. And then in talking to Felix, he's working on the last truss here. This is the 3rd truss for the master side. So same thing here. He's going to be doing some rust inhibitor and then painting this today. The other 2 are complete. And then he said tomorrow he's going to get these up in place. Now they didn't pour the beams over here yet, but the beams, the concrete beams are all completed, just not here in the front. But he's going to get them in place and start working on that. And then the big update for this week is they're continuing to box up. They needed more plywood, and that got delivered to the work site today. But basically, the right side of the house, again, the plan is to have this 100% poured this week. Tentative was, they kept pushing. It said Monday, then Tuesday, pushed to Wednesday. I mean, I'm happy with as long as it's done this week. Talking to the contractor this morning, since these are so large, they typically leave the forms on all these smaller beams, and they're, when you look at them, they're about 16 inches square. Going around the house that are on top of the hollow block walls that are met with the vertical columns. They typically leave those forms on 48 hours after pour, and then they break them down. But this they're going to leave on for 7 days, just because they're so large, and they want to make sure that it cures, I guess, slowly, because this is a lot of overhang, 2-meter overhang. And they're very large, so they're going to let that sit for 7 days. So they're taking their time with this. But as I walk through here, you can just see there's a lot of form work. And then even out here on the pergola area, they got to finish pouring the column, which is going to help with support of this large beam going across, which is going to be the front beam for the pergola area. Then another very large beam over there. That all has to be boxed up. So you can see that now going in place. And then this hollow block wall will go up and meet that beam and all be sealed off for weather, because this is where the pool pump and a generator will go. Then they got another cross beam there in the back. See if I can zoom in on that. See it there? They're going to be working on that. And then the last piece, this last 2-meter overhang here. So it looks like they're well past half. So they have, today's Monday, Tuesday, you know, probably going to Wednesday to get this all boxed up. So my guess is Thursday of this week, or even Friday would be fine, to pour this all at once. And then they'll let it sit for 7 days, and then they'll break all these forms down and then head over to the other side of the house. And then once that is done, all the beams will be done, and then they'll be ready for roofing. So it appears that we will pour the floors before the roof is on, and that's not an issue, but just for timing purposes, because of all this timing it's taking to box all this up, form this up, and then the 7 days in between to cure, and then tear it down and bring it over there and do it again. You know, we're talking probably 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks away before all this is done. So more than likely they'll be working on pouring the floors before we get the roof on. So just to give you that update. All right, I may have showed this very early on in an earlier video, but I want to go over this one more time. So this is Edlin, and this is Ramel, and what they're doing here is they have this apparatus with a tarp over it to keep the sun off them a little bit, and it's basically just some cocoa lumber and a screen. And what Ramel is doing is, you guys know that they deliver the sand right up the driveway here, and they usually dump the sand right there. So he has that raw sand right there in the wheelbarrow, and what he's doing, basically 1 scoop at a time, is putting that raw sand on this screen that's hooked with wire, and they're basically getting the pebbles, look at all the pebbles here, out of the sand. And the result is a real nice fine sand. And the reason why they need fine sand is for the rendering step. So just think about it a minute. All this fence all the way around the property, the pool, inside walls and the floor, the entire house inside and out, all has to be rendered, and it's like a 1 inch or even as thin as a ½ inch of cement, fine sand, and water. So they can't have pebbles in it because it won't be smooth. So just think about all that rendering mix. Again, Portland cement, sand, and water is going to be needed to do the pool, the fence, and the house walls inside and out. It's astonishing. So again, they got 2 guys working it. Who knows how many weeks that's going to take, because it's a very manual process. But you can see they're scooping a couple at a time, shovelfuls of the raw sand, and then there he goes. Edlin is just going back and forth manually. You can see the fine sand is the result. And then once he gets all the fine sand through the screen, we'll see him throw the pebbles or the residue off to the side. Now that's manual labor, and much appreciated, guys.